Hi, this is Mike Maloney, and this video is going to be in two parts. The first one is for public consumption, and then the last part is for my insiders. Later we're going to talk about the commitment of traders reports and so on for the insiders, and I've got some other economic stuff. But before we get going, I want to say that, during this election cycle and the polarization that we have seen between Republicans and Democrats, the extremes that we have been seeing, I have been trying to tread very lightly and not get involved in all of that because I am trying to figure out what creates maximum prosperity for all of mankind. I really do not want to get involved in any of the political stuff, but what I find is that it keeps me from commenting on certain things, certain policies of the left or the right. And if people are going to accuse me of, oh, you're just one of those liberals, or oh, you're one of those conservatives, I don't want to get involved in that. I am what is called a classical liberal. All of the founding fathers were classical liberals. The word liberal is a derivative of liberty, which is a derivative of liber, meaning free man. That's the Latin root of the word liberal. And the word liberal sort of got hijacked by the Democratic Party, and it's seen as something very different today as what it originally meant. Liberal back then meant libertarian now. Libertarian, all of the founding fathers were libertarians, and I am specifically a Jeffersonian libertarian or classical liberal. If you read the writings of Thomas Jefferson, it will make you very proud of who we were, and it will also make you very ashamed of what we've become. It'll also motivate you to take action and to try and change things for the better. So now I'm going to comment on some of the things that Trump is proposing here. And so keep in mind, I'm neither for Trump or Hillary or Bernie Sanders or anything else. The last person I've seen that I wanted to vote for was Ron Paul, actually. However, these two items here, we're going to be imposing a very major border tax, and they're talking about tariffs that are very heavy. And history proves that this does not work. This is bad economics, and it hurts all economies that are involved. We've tried this before. It's been tried time after time after time throughout history. All it does is damage all of the economies involved. But at the same time, he's also saying he's going to cut regulations by 75%. And there are so many regulations nowadays that there is no such thing as an American that is not a criminal. The regulations that they have passed are so conflicting and confusing, and I have been caught in a loop in a couple of these instances where they create a catch-22 because of conflicting regulations or overlapping stuff. There's just so many of them that my mother's about to have her 91st birthday, and I'm sure that if I spent a couple of years going through the bazillions of regulations, I could find things that she broke, that she's a criminal. Maybe she paid a boy $10 to mow her lawn or something, and it took 2 hours. Therefore, she broke the Minimum Wage Act. So these are good and bad things. One of the things about this administration, well, it looks like they're going to be much more friendly to business, and business is what drives all of prosperity. It is you and I transacting with one another. And so here, I've been a major supporter of Tesla for a long time. I've owned several Teslas, and so Elon Musk seen at the White House on President Trump's first day in office, and he was there along with executives from Lockheed Martin, Johnson & Johnson, Whirlpool, and others. So at least our government is now at least concerned. They want to know from the people that run the major businesses in the country what business needs to get the economy rolling. Now, on the flip side of that, Obama is leaving office, and I've had this tab open now. This article is from mid-November, and I've had this tab open on my browser since then because I wanted to say something about it, but the time just didn't seem right with everything that was going on. So, rather than me comment on Obama setting a new record for regulations, I'm just going to play this little video clip in the article here.
President Obama has just set a new record for rules and regulations. His administration spitting out 527 pages worth in just one day as he races to put his fingerprint on virtually every corner of American life and business. According to the Competitive Enterprise Institute, the administration has just shattered the old record for pages of regulations and rules published by the in-house journal, the Federal Register.
So that's typically something that is very, very bad for the economy. Every administration, though, has a mix of good and bad, so we'll see what happens in the future. But now I want to go back to talking a little bit more about what's going on. They passed all those regulations. Well, here's a farm owner that was denied by the city council a permit to build a horse shelter. Fortunately, you don't need a permit to build a table and chairs. These are real horses. And he built a couple of chairs and a giant table. And this is quite a piece of art, actually. This is a free market solution to stupidity of government over-regulation. He has to get a permit just to be able to give his horses a little bit of shade, and he was denied the permit. So another thing, speaking of horses, the 2017 Pegasus is finally here, and so insiders can take a look at the email that they get. There's a special code for the promotion for those insiders. So now we're going to get to the commitment of traders reports, and we're going to talk about where gold and silver potentially may go in the future. And as you know, I've been watching this very closely since the peak here, and it's been